Hello, fellow Beastians. He's your one and only gaming beast, and here we are playing some D&D 5th edition. And this is the third session for the Lost Valley of War, and you can see a bunch of new faces, and some ones you recognize from last session. Some players have left, new players have joined, and I'd like for everyone to introduce themselves quickly, very quickly, so we can get into the game. From left to right, start with Andrew. Andrew,
Hi,
introduce
I'm
yourself.
Andy. Hi,
And
I'm
who are
Andy.
you going to be? And who are you going to
I
be
will
playing,
be
basically?
playing Avelius Guranon, a noble wizard evoker, big with a pew.
Okay, sounds about right. Charles.
I will be playing Aaron Silverbow, the Swift. Forest elf, and about 120 pounds and 5'10" average. A quick look about him, just as a typical ranger with studded armor.
Sounds good. And we have the person from last time, our bard, David.
Yo, I'm David, and I'm playing a female bard by the name of Aria Sunflower. Aria Sunflower, sorry, Starflower, sorry, I always get it wrong.
Starflower, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
Aria Starflower, there you go, yep.
Very good. And then we have Nelson, aka Infinite Roleplay. Introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm Nelson, also known as Infinite Roleplay, also known as the Totally Immersed Power Gamer. In this game, I'll be playing Middlewits of Black Spring, a fun, fiddly little halfling with tricks that I'll share with you as the game goes on.
Okay, then we have Jive, one and only Rex Apocalypse. Introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Rex Apocalypse. I will be playing the Dragonborn known as Ruby Red, a new adventurer, former soldier. That's it.
Okay. And then we have, of course, the one and only Debil with his druid.
Hey, I'm playing Ogum. He's a second level Hill Dwarf, Druid of the Land. That's it.
Nice. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for the quick introductions, and we'll start now. Before we begin, I'm just going to say quick to the players, the new players, the way how you're going to be introduced is William, David, and Juve, all the other players, all the other characters have decided to go their own ways because they thought it's basically they wanted to go their own ways and explore their own ways. They, for one reason or another, maybe they didn't like you or whatever, or they didn't trust the tribes people. But you decided to follow the tribes people as they go with you through the jungle. They lead you through certain ways, and it continues to be much quicker than usual. As you travel from. It takes about 6 days. You're traveling much quicker, as it would take you probably much longer to get through the jungle. So I want you to remove 6 days worth of food, and you don't have any water. So the tribes people will give you water that will last you for another week. Please write down that you have used up 6 rations. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you arrive. Juve, have you also written this down?
Yes, I'm writing it down now.
Okay. Do you have 6 rations? If you don't have 6 rations, please tell me.
I'm looking through the sheet now. The answer is no, I do not have 6 rations. All I have is a trinket.
Okay, so those who don't have 6 rations, the tribes people will give you from their fruit and food and some of their meat that they have hunted. But they will prefer, since they don't, I would prefer that you first use up your rations at first, and they will give you some new rations eventually. But you're now at the village, and it's kind of this archaic village of some sort, and on the northern edge, you've been traveling, as far as you understand, northeast for 6 days, and you arrive at this village. There's a small clearing around the village, and you can see in the north there's the gigantic mountain range, as you know, as the wall. And as you sit down into the village of the tribe of Kullu, also known as Blood River, the tribe of the Blood River, and you can see the Wise Hawk, the tribal leader. He brings you down to a communal guest tent, to a tent that they have given you as where you can sit and rest. But before you do that, they invite you to a small celebration around the fire. As you start preparing for the celebration, you can see something in the sky flying through the mists above the. It's really far above the mountains. And this is where we're going to switch to our new players, which is, of course, Andrew, Charles, and Nelson. So, you guys, Andrew and Nelson, both of you have acquired, through certain means, your 3 adventurers, and you're both interested in the different possible in the valley of the Lost Valley of War, for finding artifacts or long forgotten knowledge or other things to find. You have acquired with some money that you have, it depends on how you decide how you've acquired it, but you've acquired a flying rug, a magical flying rug that is big enough for the 3 of you. As you've been flying over the mountains and over the mists, a lightning bolt hits your rug and it starts to catch fire. And you slowly descend and eventually crash into the middle of the village without hurting yourself too bad, because your descent has been slowed by the rug. But the rug is on fire, and you kind of just fall, just a little bit nicks and bruises, but nothing too bad. And yeah, you are now in the village. Go ahead, interact. The people look at you and say, "Ooh, great magic man from the sky." Like many others who have come from beyond wall. Well,
Wait.
actually no. You guys don't hear it. Only the other party can understand. It's all what you hear is Hom Gala Kum Palo Am Alo.
The bardess just laugh a bit, and she tunes her lute and plays a little melody to to this party that we are having. Gather, my friends, gather around. Listen to the sounds of the sweet lute, she says. And she's going to do a performance for them.
Then roll performance check.
Okay.
While she's performing, almost in like a frantic haste.
21. I got 21. There you go.
Well, yeah. So you perform really well. Anyway, go ahead, Nelson. Continue.
Well, Middlewit sort of frantically reaches around for his arcane focus, which is also his trophy. It's a decapitated and desiccated rabbit head mounted on a chain around his neck. He grabs it, speaks a few words, waves his hand, and casts prestidigitation over the rug to get rid of the fire, and just grabs desperately at whatever's left.
On the other side of the rug from you, Avelius is doing pretty much exactly the same thing. He's grabbing his fancy gem in an intricate gem setting on a chain around his neck, which is sort of flustered, got out of his shirt. And that rug cost a small fortune. Fire.
Yep, it costs quite a bit of coin.
King is going to be furious. Is there a king in your game?
Oh yeah, most of them live in city-states, but let's say you're from the Southern Kingdom. Better yet, if you're from the Southern Kingdom, they're from Valuria or something like that. I gotta check the name. It's more a Arabian flair, so it's the Sultan. The Sultan will be angry. There we go. I like that.
The Sultan's going to be so annoyed. We said we wouldn't damage it, we wouldn't get any marks on it, we'd bring it back safe and sound. Does it still work? I'll go and check it out and see if it still works.
There's almost nothing left. It's pretty much just ash and some. Like the tribes people look at the bits of the rug and they look at and they're saying, "Im Asho of Aga," and then they look at you guys and they start like chanting like, and they say, "Kumpalo am alo."
Oi, hands off, hands off!
Do not
Hello.
worry,
Hi. Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello.
David, by the way, through the ritual, the language appreciation link ritual, and also the 6 days you spent, you, Juve, and Bill, you pretty much understand the people now at this point.
Okay.
So they're saying like the small flying man and the big flying man, and then of course there's the elf who hasn't said anything yet. And the big pointy-eared hunter.
Okay. I get up from the fire that round my friends with the druid friend, and I say to him, my druid friend, let's see what this commotion is all about.
And one of basically the leader Weishawk asks, we haven't seen that many of you gods enter from beyond the wall in a long time.
We are no gods. We just just mortal. We're just normal people.
Sorry, can I just check
You do
who I
wield
threw
great
in with?
medicine, though. You do wield great medicine, though. My people are very easily, how do you say that?
Impressed?
Impressed, thank you. But I have thought so. I will explain to them.
Yeah, my druid would not allow them to think that we're gods in any way, shape, or form. Even Ruby Red.
Well, Ruby Red, they're a little bit wary because they thought he's a walking snake. But
big red walking snake.
They have accepted him.
So, is there as we are performing, what do I see around this campfire?
As you're performing, the wise, the shaman leader, and all the other people, they start into a chant and they start dancing around the fire, and they're doing some crazy ritual, and they're bringing this big ass boar for a feast and fruits, and they bring little cups, with local brew.
Is there any females dancing or anything like that?
Oh yeah, there's lots of very attractive bronze-skinned, black-haired, brown-eyed females. So.
I will attempt to get up and with my lute in my hand, I stand up and approach one of the fine lasses.
She dances and she dances then with you.
I wish to charm
She's
her.
kind of in a semi-trance from this brew that they have been drinking, and also offering to you guys some kind of local nectar, a somewhat fermented nectar.
Aaron, during these festivities, will try to pick out the shaman if he can.
Oh yeah, there you can definitely. You have been in areas of similar, more primitive cultures, and you can you can pick out the shaman. He's the one doing some chants, and he's holding some skulls of some hunted animals and some smaller skulls, which you're thinking are possibly goblin. And he is just waving them around. And as he's waving them around really quickly, it makes a really kind of eerie sound, and it's kind of an instrument, one of the instruments. You have some other people doing drums, and he's kind of in a trance at the moment and doing their thing. They're really inspired also by the music from the bard.
All right, because Aaron's drive is going to be that he wants to keep an eye on the shaman so he can possibly see if there's any herbs or botany events that he would be aware of that they're adding either to the brew or using. Whether
You
it's
can recognize some plants, but there are also weird variations. A lot of them are dry. There's a lot of exotic plants you cannot recognize immediately, but you could probably figure out what they're good for once you get a closer look at them.
As
While
I
the
Aaron will be doing.
Okay.
while he's heading over to the shaman and the locals are offering us to drink, I sort of turn to my Mitz is a halfling. Was that right?
Yeah, Mitz is a halfling.
I turn to my halfling companions. Like, well, you know what they say. If the locals offer you something to drink, it would be churlish to refuse. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. And I accept. What are they offering it? Is it like a cup or a?
Well, it's little
scoop
coconut
or-
cups, basically.
I'll take one. Thank you very much. Give it a sniff. Oh well, down the hatch and
Okay.
take a tentative sip first, just to make sure it's not
Okay.
going to
Okay.
burn.
Roll a Constitution save.
17, straight 17.
Okay. It's not as it's you could taste its alcohol, but it's not as strong as you're thinking. They don't have the technology to like properly ferment it as like other ones. It's just somewhat fermented nectar.
So is
Of
it
some,
more
but
of a beer
it
or a
does.
spirit?
It's kind of like a beer,
Or a
wine kind of
fortified
thing.
wine kind of deal?
Yeah, I would say it's more of a beer. It's not as strongly fermented yet. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I've had
Mitz-
worse than several taverns.
it does
Try.
it does taste pretty good.
Mitz grabs his, and before he has a chance to do anything, he sees Avernus down his, raises an eyebrow, turns around to sort of shield himself, and you would notice his eyes starting to glow, seeing if there's any magic or enchantment in the in the coconut, the hollowed out coconut, and if there's not, he'll dip like a pinky finger in and just first to see if anything
There's
funky
no
in there.
magic. It's normal, just fermented drink basically.
And then after, after inspecting it as such, Mitz will start guzzling it down as well,
Okay.
and make a show of it, turn around, no
Roll a
longer with his eyes
Constitution check.
glowing.
Okay, roll a Constitution check.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you had stronger too, but it does taste good.
Okay, so this is as the guys approach the camp. You hear the people singing.
Oh, there we go. We got the sound effects here. I love it.
And like the bard is like dancing with this girl sort of thing, and she's like try to charm her and get her way with her. So
Okay.
she will like run her fingers through her hair and attempt to use her charisma, just basic charisma on her.
Okay.
Nothing, no spells, just her basic stuff.
You get a bonus of, I would say, 2 to your basic charisma bonus because of the music and everything, and also a little bit of the drink. So
How much of a bonus?
2.
Okay.
So you can use your natural charisma bonus plus an extra 2.
Oh my god, that's super high.
Yep.
Alright, I got a 3 plus my charisma 6, 7, 8. I got an 8.
She is she's dancing with you. She continues dancing with you. She's definitely attracted, but it doesn't go anywhere too crazy at the moment.
No. I guess then I'll just inspire myself later.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. So I inspire myself for later.
So what does
There
Juve and
you go.
okay, yeah, what does Juve do?
He sits on the log, pulls out his sword, and proceeds to sharpen it and abstain from the consumption of alcohol, since it will dull the senses.
You have a you can see like small group of which you can recognize as hunters. Some of the hunters are in the festivities, but you can see a couple that look at you and nod, and like they say, like basically they're just saying, you do well. You're always ready for the hunt. Good. As they are sharpening their arrows and their knives, their obsidian
I bow
knives.
my head and I bow to them respectfully and continue with the sharpening of my blade.
Okay.
You do like your sharpening of your blades, Mr. Ruby Red. And like she offers the girl a little bit of the strawberry, whatever it is, cocktail thing that we have at this party, and offer her as a little drink.
Oh, she's drinking already, and she accepts joyfully. What does the bill do?
Me, I'm just going to hang out with some of the younger ones of the tribe. I'm going to entertain them with my Druidcraft cantrip, and I'm going to try and learn their language more and more. I'm actually trying to, out of game, learn their language.
Yeah, with you do like little illusions that they find definitely entertaining, and you learn the language, and you learn more and more words. So even without the ritual, you can understand them more and more.
I'm gonna try and get this girl's name. So what's her name?
Her name is let me see here. What should we call her? I'm not. I'm thinking of a good name here. Can I think of a? Now there we go. I'll just go with Aluha.
Aluha, huh?
Let me say the bluebird. Aluha or bluebird.
Bluebird, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I say to Bluebird. Oh.
Well, because she has basically with some of the people have some weird hair. She has actual blue hair, and she tells you that is not coloring. That's just how she was born.
Okay. So is she like a human, or is she an elf, or half elf, or what?
She looks human, but she just for some reason she's got blue hair.
Okay. So I call her. I say to her, "Oh, hello, Bluebird. My name is Aliel. Aradia, or Starflower, as most people call me."
Very nice to meet you.
She's pretty tipsy.
Yeah, she's tipsy, but she's just dancing now.
And I say to her, "Oh, so have you got a mate? Are you married to anyone?"
Yes, I married last year when I came of age of marrying, and then I married a red shark, and she's pointing to one of the hunter guys.
Arian sort of like frowns a bit, and one eyebrow raises, and she says, "Oh, okay, fair enough," and she just walks away. And
So she says, we don't frown upon like having mates between men and female.
But you already taken, so
yes, I love him very much. You might find a tribe of Amazons that we deal with.
Oh, and whereabouts?
They live in the jungle. We don't know exactly where they are, but they sometimes come.
Oh, that sounds very interesting. How does one get contact with Amazon?
You would have to ask the chieftain. He knows more of these things.
Oh, I shall have a good word with him once this party is over.
Yeah, they don't like males too much, but they do respect us since we help each other. We trade, and sometimes we fight together against the dark the furred ones, as you fought. The ones you call hobgoblins.
Oh, I see. Very well.
They're hobgoblins now instead of bugbears?
Or bugbears. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, no problem.
Variation. Bugbears, I meant.
Aaron, while watching the shaman, will take out his medicine bag and fill 2 of the vials in his medicine bag that are empty with this drink that they were passing around.
Okay. Write down fermented nectar juice.
Roger.
Okay. Okay. So, anybody else want to do still something with the celebration?
Well, I'm just sort of looking around and trying to figure out where we crash landed. I can see Mitz is right there and is drinking as well, and looking around for the elf that we arrived with. Where is he, and what are they doing?
Well, he's now. You look around and you see him. He is close to where the shaman is, and he's right now. He's filling into his vials the drink, and putting a little wax around it and melting it, closing it off securely.
Okay. I'll sort of saunter over and while sort of nodding and waving, hello, yes, wonderful party you've got here. It's absolutely fantastic. I love what you've done with your hair. It's wonderful. And it's like, Erin, hello, how's it going? Do you have any idea where the hell we are?
I'm willing to help out Velius with any information.
Aaron will reply back in a quiet, subtle tone that not really, but it looks to be somewhat like a forest, but not a forest.
It's basically like a tropical jungle, and you do know that your goal was, all that you know about it from the legends, that it's known as the Lost Valley of War, and there were some stories that it might have, some ancient gods might have imprisoned an evil god in there, and there might be some kind of ancient treasure there.
And the Sultan has funded an expedition to go and find the expensive magical stuff. Bring it back. Bring the stories.
Pretty much, yeah. Since he wants to be known as the Sultan, who has basically solved one of the biggest riddles in this world.
Excellent. And so, apart from the villagers, presumably there are some people that stand out from the crowd and they look as though they don't come from, not from around these parts?
Well, the 3 people that it's Juve's character and so the other characters, basically, they definitely stick out as a sore thumb.
Could I have a quick description of what their overall appearance is and anything that stands out immediately?
Yeah. We'll start with Bill's character. You want to describe yourself to the others?
Yeah, mostly brown and green robes, long beard, shaved head, druid dwarf. Maybe you didn't hear me before. I was saying that my character, Ogum, is more than willing to help you out, show you around, tell you where we came from, and all that good stuff.
Are you near the shaman and Erin?
Yeah, I was mostly hanging out with the children, trying to learn their language better, trying to actually become proficient in the language and learning their customs. But I see you guys wandering around, and you particularly. So yeah, I'm more than happy to help out and tell you what happened. They're bugbear tribes, very violent in the south, which is why we started moving north. And after an encounter that we had where we won, this tribe kind of took us in for the past 6 days.
Bugbears, you say? I've read about them. They're bits and pieces. They're 7 feet tall, big muscles, eat people. Is that about right?
Oh, that's perfect description.
Yes, I thought so. Excellent. Well, and you faced them. And one you say, well, that's fantastic. Clearly,
Five
a
of them. Not
5.
easy.
Oh my, that is most impressive. And you're here with some companions. I'm assuming the gentleman over there and what is she doing? As I look to
Uh,
Rishabal.
that's a local mating ritual amongst half elves. She is a fantastic fighting companion, as well as Ruby Red, the very giant dragonborn fighter over there. Red
What?
Dragonborn.
Oh, Dragonborn. Oh, okay, yes.
So she skips over.
And what you see my character doing as he points over to me is I have, and it's disappeared, constructed a sword fighting circle, practicing my sword fighting skills off in a clearing.
Sort of doing
And
katas and things.
some of the fighters are like looking at you from a respectable distance, but they're looking and they're like trying to copy your moves. Some of the younger ones.
Well, when
Yeah.
you look at area stuff, like Mr. Wizard, I guess in your wizard, I guess in brother. By the sounds of
Yes,
it.
fancy clothes. Think sort of big brocaded long coat, well constructed travelling boots and big staff with a fancy metal
Okay.
bit on it.
Yeah, so I guess I've seen a wizard before. So when you look at that Adria Sunflower, she has white short hair with a bit of tinge of orange in it, and she has a very very beautiful and charming face, and sort of very smart, sort of livery clothing, bit like a sort of like shirt, very bright and orangey colour, with a white shirt underneath, sort of thing, with like boots. And in her hand, she carries a very fine, well-crafted lute, and like it has on it some arcane sort of tiny little stones on it, because like it seems like the magic comes from her lute.
Cool. And you're chatting up the locals, basically.
Yes,
Excellent.
I'm sort of like, and then she sort of like turns, she goes up to the wizard. Oh, hello there. Nice to meet you, sir.
Greetings, Madam Musician. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Avelius Garannon. Recently arrived in this wonderful village. Yes, my companions and I, our transportation seems to have burnt to ash, and we're rather stuck. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the area. Someone mentioned about
Well, she says,
some
take
caves
a
nearby.
yes, well, take a seat. Your feet must be sore from your travel.
Well, the landing was rather rough, but it's quite smooth when you're flying up above the clouds. But yes, tumbling to the dirt thanks to turbulence. I don't see a storm. I wonder where that lightning bolt came from. Anyway, sorry, you were saying, and I sort of dust off a tree stump or something, and flip out the tails of the coat and sit down, cross my legs with the coconut, holding it like it's a goblet. No, please do carry on.
she giggles a little bit, and she says, "Oh, okay. My name is Aria Sunflower, good sir. I am a bard, as you can sort of tell. And I guess in you're a wizard by the fine clothes that you are wearing. But what it was, we were here on we were part of an airship, which is I've never seen one before, but it was like some sort of mechanical airship that these gnomes made. Very peculiar, very unusual.
Gnomes.
Yes, and we were on a mission to find some rare artifacts on behalf of a count, and we got into some turbulence and we crash landed here. We scavenged some food and some rations from the ship, and we went into the forest. We bumped into some sort of trouble birds, and we dealt with them pretty swiftly. Then we had a little rest, and we found a nice little watering hole where we found some big, giant furry things, uh, and we dealt with them very, very well, actually. And now the tribespeople have taken us under their wing, and we are now their sort of like guardians, and they want us to help them with the furry ones.
Ah.
Okay, so just quick, I want to intersect. So as you are chatting, time goes by. Is there anything you still want to say to each other?
Basically, that sounds like our goals are aligned. I'm also have been sent on a mission, but not by account, but for similar things. I think it'd be a wonderful idea if we were to, join forces. There's safety in numbers and all that sort of thing. And we should probably arrange some kind of equal division of any spoils before we set off, just so there's no.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Later.
70-30, just straight down. We get the 70, they get the 30. It's
She laughs.
wonderful.
Well, I
idea.
like the idea. I suspect that an even split would probably be more amicable and acceptable all around. Would that be a correct assumption, everybody?
Yes, indeed.
Even split all round. Sounds marvellous.
Well, you seem like a very intelligent man.
Ah, thank you very much. Most kind.
Must
You,
be.
you see me up away as they discussing this. I'm currently showing the locals how the sword fight. Hence the picture of I set up the diagram on the ground, proceed to show.
They are familiar. They show you ways. They are very impressed by your sword fighting. They have some quite skilled warriors, but their martial arts, since their technology is mostly Stone Age, they have like obsidian knives, the best hunters. The other ones have stone knives. They use bow and arrows and spears. But the sword that you're wielding, they're amazed by it. They have seen some like stories told by some people from the over the wall that came over and showed their people. But they're really amazed, and in honor to that, one of the fighters, one of the great hunters, Red Shark, he's this guy, and he basically gives you this obsidian knife, so made out of like volcanic stone. So it's a normal dagger, but it does +1 damage.
Okay. I'll add that to my inventory.
Okay.
I would like to actually give him my scimitar.
Oh, to the hunter?
The red shark. Yes.
He's very honored. He looks at your scimitar with amazement, and he is honored. And then he basically talks to the shaman, and the shaman gives you a little fetish of some sort. It's a little figurine, and it's what it does. It's kind of like a scroll. He explains it to you. It does a spell. Since he's also kind of a druidish kind of shaman. And what it does, the scroll does. What spell would be good? We'll do like basically it's for a. It does like what spell would be good for a first? It does like you can do magic missiles 3 times. So, but for like
Nice.
yeah. So.
Excellent. Thank you.
He explains this is one of the old fetishes that he does for protection
Can I
of evil spirits.
Can I go to the chief then?
Yeah,
Since he's-
yeah.
I approach the chief. I say, "Hello, chief."
Okay. And the wise hawk, as the celebrations turn down, how can I help you?
Great Wise Hawk. I heard that there are Amazons on your island here.
Yes, it's it is we call them the wild women, or also the that's very not so good a name. Yeah, they live deep inside of the jungle into the south. We don't know exactly where they live,
Oh.
They sometimes come to us for trading.
Oh. How often do they actually come here?
By your calculations of time, about like every 3 to 4 months.
I see. How does one find such a rare beauty?
One moment. He goes into the to the hut, and he comes out with a basically a headdress kind of thing made out of different feathers and things and everything. And it smells. It has this kind of this weird Swedish smell. And this is a special headdress we do when we want to contact one of their kind. You can wear it. I would recommend, though, since you are going with other males, the code word that you in our language would be koala.
Koala, huh?
And that means that you're saying that these males are your part of your they're all your let me say that he's trying to find the words partners that serve you.
I see.
Yes, in their culture, the women are it's basically a matriarchal society.
I see.
So and you have to basically say, because if you don't say it, then for them those are wild game, and they might want to try to capture the males or kill them, either for food or as slaves or as husbands.
Death by suicide.
So you have to point at every one of your friends and say koala.
Koala.
Because they'll accept you since you're female, obviously.
Oh yes. Yes.
I don't know exactly when they will contact you, but just so you know.
Is it alright if I actually take this head garment off of you?
We have a couple, and you have served us well. You can keep this.
She unpins it, type thing, and puts it in, unpins it and then folds it up and, packs it quite well in her bag for now. And she nods her head at the wise elbow and says, "Thank you. I'm hoping to find a good catch."
And then he says, "That's good. Well, it's time to sleep now for us." And all the people there are going back to their tents to sleep. And except of course the guards. There's a couple of guards obviously waiting.
Alright, as everyone's sleeping, I'm gonna go to like a part of the quiet bit of the jungle, like not too.
Let's wait a second. I want to see what the others do.
Alright.
So the locals are all retiring to their, was it huts, tents?
Yeah, they're tents.
Oh, where's everyone going? Is the party over?
Yeah.
It's been going on for quite some time, so you have a good buzz going.
Well, I suppose we should probably turn in ourselves, don't you? I'm sure I've got a tent in that bag somewhere, and I'll sort of go and get my backpack out and sort of unroll it. Oh, this is far too much effort.
As he does, I'm tapping on his shoulder and say, "Hey! You don't have to do that. We all the chief has given us a little hut that we can all rest in. There are fine.
Oh, marvelous. Well, please lead the way, then, madam.
There are fine sort of leaf, sort of hayish beds. It might be a bit rough, but it's okay."
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure, it'll be a marvelous experience.
Please, they're basically just like furs and leaves and stuff like that. They're not proper beds.
Yeah.
That's assuming. So, what's the bard's name again?
Maybe your characters forgot it.
My bard's name is Adria. A-D-R-I-E. Adria. Adria Starflower. Adria, her name is. Adria.
Lady Star.
Oh, just call me
Lady
Adria.
Adria.
Yes.
Adria. Yes, please do lead the way. I'm sure it'll be marvellous. And I'll sort of grab my bedroll and sort of just carry the backpack with the bedroll stuffed on top, and maybe take a quick
Okay.
scoop of.
I'm gonna
before we go.
fast forward here a little bit, so you lay down, unless there's absolutely something you want to do.
No, just fluffs. Unseen servant lays the bedroll out on top of the bed. And I,
Anybody
take my boots
else
off
wants
and-
to do something?
I take first watch.
Okay, you do first watch. You are with the other guards who you have also trained. One of them is Red Shark, who is now the proud new owner of the scimitar, and he's really happy for that. And yeah, so you are outside watching because he tells you there's all kinds of wild animals and beasts and other things they have to watch out for.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Middlewitz will take watch with pulling one of his daggers from its sheath, walking up to the dragonborn. Oi, Scaly, I'll be with you tonight. And squinting his eyes and looking in the distance.
I look him up and down. I'm like, fine, over there.
Red Shark looks at you, Jubei, and says, "Red Walking Lizard." That's how they call you. Great red walking lizard who wields the great fang, the big knife. That's what they call it, the big knife. What is with this small man? In our ancient times, we had a custom for eating smaller men, and it gave us great power, apparently. But we have went away with this custom. Sometimes I think we should bring it back. And he kind of chuckles.
I chuckle as well.
So Nelson, you don't understand. All you hear is basically them talking in the language.
I'll just like elbow Ruby, and be like, "Oh, in common now."
Oh, we were just discussing how they like to cook small piglets.
Small piglets. Now, has there been any piglets? Because we just had a party.
Yeah, you had a big roast, like a pig, and you're pretty full.
So there is pig in this area.
There's pig. There's all kinds of animals. It's kind of like warthog-ish kind of pig.
What in the hell is so funny about pig?
Oh, just trying to seeing them try to fight one another is kind of hilarious. That's
So
what
like ignoring Ruby halfway through him speaking, Middlewitz turns to Red Shark. "Oi, don't you speak common?"
And he says, "Oruthu awathu kumpalo amalo."
Oh, golly.
And then he looks at you. And then he looks at you, Kiprinki, and he smiles a bit.
Yeah, I've basically cursing. "Oh hell, I've had enough of this," and then closing his mouth and staring straight at Red Shark. He reaches into his mind with his Great Old One ability, and says, "All right, fine. Speak not with your words, but with your mind."
Okay. Does he get something to roll against that, or?
No, if he doesn't want it, he could not reply.
I think he would be surprised. He's definitely surprised, and he looks at you, and then he just lifts the scimitar up and just and points it at you. Mathuala Kiprinki. Karosh. He points at you. You're some kind of demon of hell.
I look at him like, whatever you're doing, you might want to stop it right now.
Does Aaron see at this juncture that his traveling compatriot is being pointed at with a weapon?
What?
Does Aaron see his traveling companion being kind of pointed at with a weapon?
Yeah, but you do notice something else. At the same moment, you have one guy you can see in the distance running towards them, and he's okay. Wait. Oh yeah. So he's running towards him. There's another guy, and he's just yelling in his language. It's it's the great man-eater, the great walking lizard. Run, run! And suddenly, out of like in between the bushes, out of the distance, you see basically a about like 8-9 foot tall, 30 feet long lizard thing on 2 feet. I'll show you guys how it looks like.
Oh dear.
This is how it looks like. Running towards you, just roaring, and it looks vicious. It's like his mouth it's got like in his mouth one of the other guards just like throwing it around, and just part of it, the guard flies away, and then he just swallows up the rest and just roars at you.
Aaron, take his longbow off his shoulder and pull an arrow and let it loose when he's able.
Okay, well, do then initiative.
Is it making enough noise to wake me up from my drunken slumber?
Well, we'll determine that in a second. We can roll initiative.
I was still up and about anyway, so I was going to do something, but never mind.
Well, you've been already sleeping, I'll say that. So everyone else has been already sleeping. I'm a bit fast forwarded here. I just want to like speed it up just a little bit because I know other people have to go. We can have more interaction next time. But anyway, so let's do initiative, okay?
I rolled a 6 for initiative.
Nice.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, I rolled the 2 too.
And I got a 15.
So wait. So Juve is 2, right?
Yep.
And the Bill, you rolled a 6.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's continue. Who else?
I got a 17.
Okay, Nelson got a 17.
Aaron got a 12.
Okay, so Charles, you did a 12. Aaron, yeah.
And I got a 15.
And Avelius got a 14 when he
Drew,
wakes up.
15. And wait a
Avelius
second.
got a 14 when he wakes up.
Okay. Wait. So Andrew, you have a 14. All right.
Yep.
All right. And okay, so we have the Bill 6, Juve 2, Nelson 17, Charles 12, Andrew 14, and then David of Ariel, you have a 15, right? Good.
Yes.
Okay. I have 2. Although, let me see here.
Adria. Her name's Adria.
Adria, sorry. Okay. Adria, of course. And, okay. So let's start with then Nelson. He's got the highest.
Well, I'm seeing this thing tear apart a guard already, right?
Yeah, it's already tore up guard. The other ones, they are bringing up their bows, but they're quite terrified of it. So
yeah. So with a few arcane words, Middlewitz extends his hands and lets loose a glowing flying serpent at this reptilian creature, which is basically him casting Eldritch Blast.
okay.
Which 7 and 5 is 12.
Okay. It goes against the AC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's moving quite quick. He's like running towards you, and you just about miss him, just barely. The energy serpents that are released from your hands just whoosh next to him, and he just continues running towards everybody. Okay. So the next person would be David.
Okay. So who's after me? Who is next in line?
Andrew.
Andrew. And what is Andrew? What sort of class is he?
You assume I'm some kind of spellcaster.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So you don't know. You never actually asked. As Andrew said, a spellcaster of some sort.
Carries a staff, has a dagger at his belt.
Well, I
Yeah.
knew. Well, I guess in being a bard, and I've been around a while. I know a wizard when I see one. So I sort of like I look at Andreas's character, and I say, well, I know in there there's a fine spell in there in your mighty book. Wake up, mighty wizard, and cast it with a mighty force. And she'll inspire the wizard, and he'll have a d6 added to his spell casting abilities. And then she, as a normal action, she will look at the creature that she sees, and like she will sort of like look at it and cast sleep on the actual creature.
Okay. We discussed this last time, but does it get a roll against something?
No.
Again? No. Right.
I-
Right.
I had to roll 5.
Oh yeah, it has to be
Have
like
less
it
hit
has to
points.
exceed the hit points, right? Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
remember
right.
that. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
good.
I'll roll 5d8 dice.
Go ahead, roll it. See if you succeed.
Okay, so I got a 5, a 4, an 8, a 2, and a 7. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, plus my charisma, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Is it?
32.
I don't think you had charisma.
Oh,
It's just the dice that are stated in the spell. There's a bunch of class-specific bonuses that let you add mods to
I see.
add stat mods. So generally, it's no stat mods to
Okay.
spell casting.
Thanks, Andrew, for that clarification.
So it's 27 I do to it.
27. Okay. How does it look like? How do you do the sleeping spell?
Okay, so I play my lute.
Okay. The
And,
creature
like-
is unfazed. It's just running and roaring like nothing else.
So the spell didn't work.
No, it's not
I tried.
powerful enough.
Uh,
Not yet, at least. Maybe at higher levels, but okay. So that was your turn.
that was my turn.
Yep. And then we have Andrew.
Been woken up by all the screaming and shouting and the guy getting torn in half.
Yeah, you're definitely woken up. You know what's going on, so I'll be
Come
nice.
staggering out of the hut, sort of holding onto the side of it. What in the nine hells is that? And I cast True Strike on it while I'm shouting at the others for information.
Nice.
So True
What-
Strike is just a prep spell. Gives me advantage on my next attack roll.
Nice. Okay, sweet. Okay, thanks for the clarification. Okay. Do you do anything with your bonus action or?
Yeah, I'm just sort of gauging how far away it is and making sure that if I can move to put like a tree between it and me, I do that.
It's about like 30 feet, a little bit more than 30 feet away from you guys.
I make sure I'm not in the hut and I've got an escape route if I need to.
I'm just behind. I'm sort of like.
It's a pretty open area, so it's just like a bunch of tents, and there's the middle big fireplace right
I
now. So
I'll circle around to put the fire pit between it and me.
I'm sort of like behind. I'm sort of like behind the fighter. Sort of like.
okay.
I'm sort of
Well,
like where the Dragonborn is. So I'm sort of like behind him, ready to do
the
something.
closest right now is Juve and Nelson, so because they've been like discussing, so they're the closest to them. So okay. So the next person would be Charles.
And Aaron will go ahead and let loose the arrow.
What is the range of that bow?
Max is 600 feet. Standard is 150. The same as the
You're
long.
fine. You're fine then. Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead and.
And that will be a 18.
Okay, you hit.
And it would be 13. No, not 13. It's 11 points of damage.
Nice. Okay, please describe a pretty hefty blow to the creature.
All right, as the creature's running with one of these tribesmen in his mouth, jumping back and forth.
Charles?
Silverbolt, Aaron Silverbolt goes ahead and lets loose his bow, and the arrow finds its way into one of the eyes of this long serpent.
I'll say that not eyes, because I would say that would be a critical hit.
Okay.
I will say it's close to the eyes, okay?
All right.
Just because then he would have a possible partial blind
Okay. Too
effect.
easy.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
easy.
No, it's close to the eyes. You were aiming for the eyes, and it was close.
Yes.
But
Between the eyes.
yeah, it's on his head, and he definitely roars up in pain. Some blood comes out, but he still continues running. He drops the leftover of the carcass, which is just the legs. The rest has been swallowed down from the hunter.
And then after that, Aaron will move 35 feet to the right of it.
To the right, okay. Then the next person will be the Bill.
Yo. Alright, so how far away is Ogum from this thing?
You're in the tent, so I would say about 50 feet.
50. Okay, that's too far to hit it. So I'm going to come out, I'm going to see this thing, I'm going to hear it, and I'm going to point my fingers. Actually, I don't even need to point my fingers, but I will do it for effect anyway. I'm going to invoke something small in the Druidic language, and I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on this thing, 60-foot range. So it's going to light up in a bright green light, and if it fails a dexterity roll, that is. Can you make that?
We'll do a dexterity roll for the creature.
Yep.
What does it need to get?
Above a 13.
Okay, I have rolled a total of 10 with the bonus. So what was happen when it fails?
It's enshrouded in a bright green light, and everyone gets an advantage when attacking it.
So now the creature is enshrouded in a big green light. Now, even the farthest villagers who haven't seen it are even more terrified, and they think it's not just a normal beast now, it's a mystical, demonic beast from that the big evil lizard god has sent. It's the great walking snake.
Possibly,
Run for your lives.
but at the same time, it's also probably really freaked out because it glows about a 10-foot radius. So the dinosaur itself is probably really freaked out.
I'd say it's not intelligent
anything
enough.
within 20 feet is also glowing.
Let me see here. Nah, it's not intelligent enough. It's just it doesn't get it. It's a little bit like it looks around, but it's not completely confused. It's just wants to chomp on you. Just wants to eat you right now. Okay.
Is anybody else within 20 feet of it when the fairy fire hit? Because they also get coated in the glowy, sparkly shit.
I'll be nice. It's pretty much since the most people there were far away enough from it. What, 20 feet? There's like two other hunters.
So it's a 20-foot cube with it in the middle. So whatever.
I would say there was two hunters, and they run away, and they're definitely looking at themselves, and they're kind of in panic now. They feel like they're cursed, and they're kind of running around, kind of like dropping their weapons because they're familiar with some magic from the shaman, but like this is still, they think it's something much worse than it actually is. So they're running away from the creature.
Just for the sake of correcting what was just said, it doesn't have to be in the center of that 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. But for effect, I'll just leave the two people, the hunters. They've been cursed. So. But anyway, let's continue then with the next person, which is Juve.
Okay. So he's still charging. I am going to charge towards the monster.
Okay.
And I am going to try to cut the back of his Achilles tendon.
How far can you go? Like, I'm guessing 6. How many feet can you go in a turn?
I am not exactly sure. Does it say on my character?
A Dragonborn moves 30 feet per turn. Per round.
Thank you. Okay. I will say that the creature is not quite in your range yet, Juve, for you to attack it with close combat.
Okay.
So you can ready an action.
I will ready action.
So for attack. Okay. Okay, that means when it gets in range, then you can do the attack goes automatically. So you roll for attack then. Okay. Okay, now it's my turn. Basically, well, you said 30 feet, right? You can go 30 feet in a turn? Dragonborn?
That's correct.
Okay, then wait, then apologies, then I had the distances a little bit wrong. So you can reach it. So you want to attack its leg. So just go ahead and attack. Roll an attack roll.
So I rolled a 6. Wait a minute, I got added my combat bonus.
And you have advantage because of the fairy fire.
Okay. What does advantage mean? Roll 2d10, another d20, and pick the highest?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so that's 16, 17, 18. But let me roll another d20 to see if I get a higher roll. That was also 16. So that's 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 is the total hit.
Okay, then you hit, definitely. Roll damage.
Three points of damage. How many points is and that's my plan, is to cripple the monster so he can't walk.
Well, that would be like an aim thing, I think. I think then we have to make it harder. I'm not quite sure how that's done in 5th edition.
There's a... Sorry to keep butting in with rules
No,
stuff. I don't know the rules
no
well.
worries, no worries.
There's a champion, one of the fighter, what was it, the 3rd level subclasses, they get dice to do special maneuvers, and I think sort of knocking prone
The
is one of those
Battle Master.
things.
We'll do that. You're trying to hit him in the leg. You do hit him in the leg, but it's not enough for him to like fall down. So just roll damage.
That was 3 points.
3 points. Okay, then describe how you do damage to the creature.
As I run towards the creature, I spin around, pivot on one foot, and slash directly to its Achilles, nicking it and drawing some blood from it.
Okay, you actually don't hit the Achilles. You hit the front of his leg because it's moving pretty fast, which is kind of weird for a creature of this size. But I mean, it does seem to be built light, somewhat. So yeah. Okay. Now it's the creature's turn, and since you are the one that has attacked it, it's the obvious choice for a target. So he will attack you. Okay. And it's a 21 in total. Okay. And how much is your AC? No, 21. I'm guessing, right?
No, that's a hit.
Okay. Then give me 1 second. Okay. So. Okay, that's wow. Holy shit. Challenge rating 2. Oh well. It's 15 damage. Actually, no, it's actually more. It's 19 damage of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Like a bite.
19 damage.
How much have you left?
20, 21, 22, 3 points.
3 points. Okay, so basically this is what happens. The creature comes down. As you basically run towards it, you slice it. The creature backs off a little bit, from the little bit of pain. Wait, I'll stop to. Okay, so the creature is like, and then you hit it like, you hit it a bit, and then it just decides to bite you, and it bites into you, and just like wails you around, and then throws you away like a little puppet, even though you're pretty heavy, and you have like this big gash on your torso, and you're bleeding heavily. I think by this much damage, I think the Constitution save would be in order. So roll a Constitution save. Just to see if you can stay conscious.
Seven total. I guess that will be a no.
So you're not conscious. You won't be losing any more hit points, but yeah, at this point.
This is sort of a house ruled massive damage thing.
Oh, is that?
It's not a rules as written as far as I'm aware, but if it's a house rule, then I'll go with it.
Okay, wait. I thought it was okay. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up rules.
3.5 thing.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Apologies.
for interrupting. I'm sorry
apologies.
For
don't worry. You're still good and running, even though you are hurting pretty bad. Yeah.
Guys, sorry, my kids just woke up. I'm gonna have to jet. All right. If you want to keep using my character, I'll just use Shillelagh. I'm +5 to hits, 1d8 damage. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Okay. Talk to you later, Ben. Bye. Okay. Then we'll go back to the beginning to Nelson.
Why the hell would you run towards that thing? He begins to yell out. He's fiddling around with pockets, nervously. Pulls out a few of the strands of what's left of the magical carpet that was struck by lightning. Begins waving his hands over the strands. Electricity starts forming around the strands, and he extends his hand with the strands, and a huge lightning bolt arcs, twirls, and spins through the air. And I'm casting Witch Bolt at the creature.
Okay.
With advantage.
Good. Ah! Okay, you're not gonna believe me.
How much? What? Crit?
Yeah.
Wait.
Only because advantage. The first die only rolled a 5.
That's fine. You got advantage. The thing is glowing red. It's right in front of you. It's a large beast. So.
It's not right in front of me. It's right in front of Red.
It's over 30 feet long and 9 feet tall.
So that's 19 plus my 21 points of lightning damage.
God.
20. Oh, fuck! Wow.
So
Wait 1 second before you describe your thing.
All right.
Because I do want you to describe it. 21, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
You hit it for a massive amount of damage. Please describe it.
So what happens? He's waving his hands over the remnants of some of the carpet that he had harvested. He extends it out. His hands glow, and a large bolt of lightning, taking the form of a serpent, even starts, coiling around, firing outward, making its way towards this large reptilian creature. The lightning bolt forms the head of a serpent as the serpent's head opens up wide, seemingly trying to swallow this creature whole. It bites down. The creature is surrounded both by the fairy fire, the light of the fairy fire, the light of the lightning, and in the distance, Middlewitz is standing there with his hand out. His hair starting to rise from the electricity of the shock. His clothes starting to fray a bit.
I will add a little chunk of that shit because you were absorbing the energy from the rug. As the snake changes into a giant electric rug of some sort, and the creature actually levitates a couple of inches above the ground. Doesn't do extra damage, just for flavor. So, a little bit of the levitation magic helped too. Okay, so next person is after this giant display, we have what was Nelson? Now it's David again. David.
Okay. Adria. Adria scuttles over to the Dragonborn, go behind him, and she sees that he's in a bit of a state, and she says, "Come on, Dragonborn, I know that you've got that fire in you. I know that you can smite this creature with your fiery breath," and he is now inspired. And then if he is willingly, are you willingly, Mr. Dragonborn?
Juve?
Juve?
Ah, yes! As he growls as he awakens.
Yeah, you actually didn't fall unconscious. Sorry, I mixed up a 3.5 rule, which sometimes happens, and I apologize.
As he's willingly, I will touch him on the shoulder. I touch him on his shoulder, and I say to him, "Well, my brave, mighty knight, go forth and smite this mighty beast and chop off his head." And now he has heroism, which means he's not afraid of anything, and he now gets temporary hit points bonuses dedicated to my charisma, which is a 5. So he gets 5 extra hit points added to his HP.
Add 5 temporary hit points, Juve.
Done it. So I got 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
So even if right now, if you like, even if you're technically 0 or below, and you still are in the 5 hit point range, you could still continue fighting. But once it's like over, it's kind of almost like a berserker rage.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what she does.
Nice. Okay. So that was David. Now it is Andrew's turn, or Evoker.
Okay, so I've seen the Dragonborn charge up, go ha, boom, get bitten, chucked into the corner. The bard goes sprinting past. Oh my! And how far away is it?
The stream of lightning is also connecting.
It's 30 feet closer now. It's there where the halfling is, and the halfling is doing his big electrical spell.
And I've got the fire pit between me and it. So I will and just shoot a blast of fire at it. Shout something arcane and Latin sounding.
Very nice.
Shoot fire from my hands. It basically dips down, scoops up some of the ashes from the fire pit, flares up into a ball, and shoots towards the thing. Say 21 to hit.
21 to hit. Okay, you definitely hit. No problem.
7 points of fire damage.
Armor class is a 13, so 7 points.
7 points of fire damage.
Okay, let me see if it's got. No, it doesn't have anything to resist, so 7 points. Why should it?
Back away from it.
Wow.
Again,
you heard it.
Between
you heard it pretty. You heard it pretty bad. So let me see. I actually got a roll here. Okay, let's continue. So that was your turn.
Yeah,
and
I back away from it.
So now after it's being electrocuted and fried, just back away a bit. Seeing as you're not as easy prey. Now that was Andrew's turn. Now it is well, the Bill's turn, but the Bill isn't here. Shigala, that's like the magical club weapon spell. Shillelagh, yeah, I cannot never say it.
Shillelagh, if I remember what it does correctly, it should apply. You should use your wisdom as your ability modifier to your attacks and damage. And
problem is,
whenever you're holding a D8.
I
don't have his character sheet. So.
There's a +5 to hit, and his weapon becomes a magical club that does D8.
Okay, so he basically, I'll just play him. He runs up. And he creates this magical club out of nothing. It looks like these vines, these glowing vines. They glow up and they become this spiky club made out of like glowing vines. And then he starts swinging at +5, 15. Well, he does hit. 1d8, right? So.
D8 +3 because he gets to add his casting mods to it.
Yeah. Mind you, I'm maintaining the witch bolt the entire time.
Okay, right. So you actually +3, so you rolled a 1, but still with 3, that's 4. But the creature is hurting pretty bad. He hits at his leg. The creature winces more. Okay, so that was the Bill. Then it's Juve's turn.
So the whole thing is engulfed in electricity, correct?
Well, it's been fried. It's been electrocuted. It's
Yeah,
not anymore in
it's
electricity, but
no. Yes, it is. It's a concentration spell.
oh,
So
okay. I didn't know that.
it's still arcing.
Oh, it's the Emperor Force Lightning.
Yes,
Ah, okay,
exactly.
nice.
That
Okay.
that little electrical carpeted serpent is connecting both the creature and myself, and the lightning is pulsing and twisting and turning, just frying it.
I
Throughout
wonder
its entire run.
if when somebody hits it with a big metal object, what happens if we use the basic
It's
As
scientific.
magic.
per rules, nothing.
Okay, fine.
But in your world, who knows?
No, I want to play it correctly by rules for now, so I don't want to. It's magical
Um,
lightning, so.
so I will proceed to barbecue it and use Dragon Breath.
Nice. Roll, attack.
I don't think you got your bardic inspiration and you got advantage because of the green mist.
Okay.
I love the mental image. Big green lizard, small red lizard, flame breath.
Okay, so that will be 14 plus 3, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17.
It's enough. It's enough.
And now I will roll 2d6.
Just have to get 13 or higher, so.
Mind you, when the lizard dies, I still maintain the witch bolt.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
8 points of fire damage.
Holy shit! It had 5 left. Now it's at -3. Please describe how you eviscerate the last of this creature.
As
You,
I
like your
run up to
guts
it,
are like bleeding, but you're like you don't think about it. So continue.
as I run forth, I call upon the powers of Baphomet and stand before it and breathe the hot fire out of my breath and set it ablaze as it engulfed in flames.
So this is what happens, right? So you have almost like instantly. There's a little bit of time in between, but since a round is like the same thing, we have the creature coming. Our ranger shoots an arrow, gets close to the eye. Then we have it goes up to, like fucking, Juve comes up and runs up. He hits it a little bit with his sword, barely injuring it. It bites down on him, almost killing him, throwing him away. And we have fucking Nelson going all fucking unlimited power on his ass, like just the lightning bolt
Phenomenal
everywhere.
cosmic power.
And then Andrew's evoker shoots the fireball, and almost at the same time, Juve stands up as the bard chants like, "Go forth, my mighty warrior," and he as the flames of the fireball hit, and then Juve adds to the flames and increases them. The creature is eviscerated, and like it's just frying at this point. It's more like charcoal.
We should have
Charcoal carpet.
we should have a good meal tonight then, chaps.
Well, since Nelson is holding his electricity continuously, there's probably not even that going to be left.
Well cooked.
It'll be fried, definitely, for sure. And after quite a few needless rounds of continuing to electrify it, one step at a time, drawing slowly closer. Right after discontinuing the witch bolt, Middlewitz would sort of like tap on the back of Ruby Red, and look at him and just say, "Boy, if I would have known you were gonna run in there, I would have killed it sooner."
Well, I had to buy you time, didn't I?
Now.
Sacrifice occasionally has to be made as he limps off.
Now. There's no need to be harsh on the Dragonborn. He was a brave and honourable man.
All of you get 75 XP. Since the creature gave 450 XP in total, and you were 6 players, you'll get 75 XP.
Does this sort of thing happen a lot around here? Because if it does, might I suggest walls, maybe a ditch with spikes in it? Or...
No, the great lizards. You don't understand them. So the chieftain comes to you guys who understand him. So David, Juves, and the Bill's character, and he's saying, the great lizards, they don't dare to come that close to the village. We have different kind of protections for this magical, and we go out of their way. We never hunt them, like especially not the meat-eating lizards. Basically dinosaurs, you know. So it's like as he describes them. The plant-eating ones don't disturb us. We sometimes hunt those, but rarely. Usually just the smaller ones. The big meat-eating ones, never. You must be truly great warriors. Maybe it is true that what our great storytellers have said, that one of the great people from beyond the wall with great powers will come to break the curse of our priest Alulu, Alulu,
Kullu, huh?
Alulu the cursed one, who in
Oh.
ancient times has decided to stop praying to our great monkey god Kunu, which our tribe is named after, and started worshiping the great serpent, War, who devours everything.
Mm. Sounds most
Standing
interesting.
there, looking politely to tension, looking at the shaman, looking at the people he's talking to.
We believe the great walking lizards are servants of War. So, and obviously this lizard wasn't normal because it was glowing with great magic. And I could see it was magical of some sort.
Is anyone translating what the shaman's saying?
Yes, I will do it for you.
Okay, so
I say to the I approach the wizard very cautious, quite, ladylike, and I say, I sort of put my hand on my chin and look at him and say, surely a great man like yourself knows the same spell I am using, which is comprehend language, mighty wizard.
It's not come up in the combat schooling I've taken up. It's has some but limited direct use on the battlefield, I've found.
Oh,
But that is why we have a number of auxiliary supporting spellcasters in the field units. To be honest, this is my first time in the field, and that sight of that thing charging at us out of the undergrowth damn near unmanned me.
oh,
But we came through. We're victorious. This is
oh.
now.
So you are.
and he says, you must go to the temple of War, and you must stop the spirit of Alulu, who has
Where is
been
the
in.
temple?
And he says, and he basically draws a crude map of the area.
Okay.
He brings one on a that is like carved in a piece of stone. He brings you to the surrounding area map
Right.
that is carved
so-
in stone. And it's 2 days southwest, about 16 miles. But since it's jungle, you can only travel about 8 miles a day.
I get out some materials
Only we had a ranger.
I get out some materials.
Yeah, you might go faster then.
Yeah.
We'll do out of character. We'll do this next time. I think this is a great point to stop. Next time you can then start seeking to try to stop the spirit of Alulu. So.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Was Aaron able to get his arrow back and several of the teeth?
The arrow has been fried with everything else. Sorry. You can get teeth.
That's all right.
You can get a couple of teeth. Write down Allosaurus teeth. Although you don't know that's what it's called.
I guess if we had
Red
the
lizard teeth. They're about this big. Teeth.
I want to take a piece of bone, probably in the leg, maybe one of its shin bones. That'll be large enough for like a club.
For you, definitely. Yeah, you could make a makeshift club out of it.
Can't be
Is all the hide been
bodily
burnt
parts.
off?
Some maybe on the back is left. Not much though.
Enough to make possibly leather armor, or no?
I'll be nice. Like you have enough that you can. Some of it is charred, but there's enough for one person that you can make for one person a leather armor. And there is a. So you go to the. There is one of the craftsmen in the village, who one of the things they do, even though it's Stone Age, they do dry leather a lot, and they do also make clothing and armor. Was that so? They say they will make you. It will take some couple of days, but they will make you a leather armor out of the skin of the great beast, of the great serpent slayer, as they call you now. They call you now the small walking serpent who has killed the big walking serpent.
It's unusual for a fighter to have leather armor.
I didn't know. I'm new to D&D somewhat, so I don't know if leather armor is something to have or not.
No, it's basically like it's based off your dexterity, leather armor. You're better off in like chainmail or.
Basically,
what
you've got 3 tiers of armor. You've got light, medium, and heavy.
The leather armor made for the true slayer of the great beast, the little short man.
And having a dragonborn who is naturally scaly, wearing bigger lizards' scaly armor is a pretty good visual.
Definitely, yeah. So, yeah, they can make it. There's enough skin, but only for one person. The rest has been charred. Too bad.
So who would need leather armor at this point?
Depends what sort of leather armor it is. If it's
so
like
there is some fried meat, and some of the villagers do collect it because they believe that they do believe in gaining the powers of the great magical lizard, even though it's like since it was evil, but they believe the shaman can make a nice magical stew out of it. It's just an excuse so they can eat because it's a lot of meat. They don't want to waste it.
If it's going to be like really high quality leather, which is like, because I'm wearing like basic leather armor, there is another leather armor called high leather, I think, or high leather armor, I think it's called, or something like that.
Studded leather?
Hide, leather, and studded leather.
Yeah, studded leather, that's it. If it's studded leather, then I'll definitely take it off your hands, because that'd be awesome for my part, because I can have that.
We'll see. We'll figure it out for next time. Okay.
Cool.
I want to see what can be done with it, but definitely some form of leather armor. Okay. Any kind of last thoughts, last RP, something?
I guess I'd like to do something. I'll let everyone else go first, though.
No RP or character development stuff from me. Just an FYI. If we got a ranger travelling with us, we move through difficult terrain as though it was normal terrain.
Okay, then you'll be there much quicker. Then good to know.
You're
Cool.
muted, Nelson.
Damn it, my mic. It all depends on whether or not it's the Rangers.
Yeah.
If it is, then we
I
do.
think it comes under natural, it's the natural explorer feature, but you might be right.
Well, it's a jungle, but it is woods, so
His natural terrain is forest and not jungle. It's similar, but not the same.
I think maybe it could work, but maybe it's not as effective. So there would be still. We'll figure it out, okay?
Roger that.
I don't think there's an exact rule for that, so we have to figure that out. But it is a tropical jungle, but it is kind of like a forest, so I think you should get some advantage. We'll have to figure this out, okay? I have to read it in the books and see what I can find, and we'll discuss it, okay? We'll have a week.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody wants to do?
When are you playing next? Is it every Friday?
Yeah, this time. I want to keep it the same time, so if that works for you guys. I don't know.
So what time is that officially? Was that 7, half 7, 8?
That was 8 p.m. GMT +1, my time.
GMT
so
+1.
Greenwich Mean Time +1.
Awesome. I'll probably go to like a little you know where the I guess in like do I know where that little lake was?
Which lake are you talking about?
On the one where we met the chief and the tribes people.
Oh no, that's it was called Blood River. That's their tribe. but there wasn't. Oh, the little lake. Oh, that little lake. Yeah. I think you kind of remember. I think you can,
Okay.
if you describe it, you would be able. You
Okay.
maybe can get a guide.
All right.
Maybe we can even have that. We could have a guide, and together with the ranger, you could then move like it's normal terrain.
Well, I'd probably go with one of the guides from the village, type thing, and take
Yeah.
me to that little watery place. I'd probably choose choose like someone I could trust.
Well, before you go there, this will be also a longer way. So let's wait for next time, okay?
All right. Okay. I was hoping to put the head garment on and call one of them.
Yeah. We'll see about that, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
I'm just-
I'm just coughing up blood and trying to recover.
The medicine man, he comes there and they start patching you up, and they're very impressed with you and very they honor you with great gifts and yeah. Anyway, anything else?
Middlewitz
Nope.
is just sort of standing around with his Dino Bone Club, upset and whispering and muttering to himself. Why is he getting all the attention when I'm the one that killed the thing?
Yeah, I walk up next to Mitch and go, "Good job. That was with the lightning. Impressive." Yes.
Well, he's the one with the big gaping wound in his torso, just bleeding all over the place. So
Yeah.
Do you know
Take
anything
back
about
burner this time, Hoff.
patching up wounds?
because I'm pretty sure Middlewitz wouldn't have been able to survive the Alisar's
No.
bite that well.
No, whatever he knows, and whatever he's pretending to know,
Yeah.
not necessarily the same things.
Obviously, I get you. Okay, guys, this was great. Thanks for being in the game. Also for all the people who have been here last minute. This was really fun. I had a great time, and 5e is really cool. I like it how fast it flows, but it still got the crunch that I like, but it doesn't get lost in the crunch.
Got just
So,
enough,
it's
but
nice
not too much that it gets.
So yeah, exactly, yeah. So I like it because everything is well defined. This spell does this attack does this. There's nothing where people can hand wave a lot, except some minor stuff. But anyway, thank you a lot. Yeah.
Most of my stuff is voice.
Okay. We'll talk about the session afterwards. But yeah, for the viewers, if there was any viewers, thank you for watching. And yeah, for Death Mug of Doom Fellow Beasties.